Alright, hello guys, so my name is Leo. Hello again, and today I'm going to show you guys how to create a walking animation in Flash. This is the second part, and in this part we're going to learn how to create the body. So yeah guys, the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna create a neck. I already did it, but I'm gonna do it again so that you can see how I did it. So we're gonna add a new layer. It's gonna be behind the first layer, and we're gonna select the rectangle tool. We're gonna press the color of the skin is gonna be the same color as the color of the face, and let's see how this looks. Alright guys. So there it is, the neck. Maybe we can make it a little less thick. There we go. So that's pretty good. It looks good. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna select the layer of the neck. We're just gonna name this layer neck so that we can get it more organized. We're gonna name this layer head. Okay, and now we're gonna convert this into a symbol. It's gonna be called character one neck. There it is. Now that we're done with the neck, let's start by creating the body. So the first thing that I always recommend, or no, I don't recommend this, you always have to do it. The first thing that you always have to do when creating a body is the torso. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a new layer. The layer is gonna be called torso. And let's see how this looks. For the torso, I'm just gonna use a pencil tool. It's the same thing. You can use a pencil tool or the brush tool. There's almost no difference on like how it's gonna look and everything. So yeah, let's start by creating it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this side, and then I'm gonna select the lines, all of it. I'm gonna copy it, or you can remember Shift Alt to copy it, or Control C and Control V is the same thing. Just prefer to use Shift and Alt. Modify, transform, or flip horizontal. So now we have more of like a symmetrical shape to it, and you always want to have a symmetrical shape in your character. So yeah, now we're just gonna kind of point and bend this a little bit, and there we go. This looks pretty good. So now we're gonna fill it in, but to do that, we're gonna hide the head and the neck, and then we need to close everything up. You can just put a line in. It doesn't matter. No one bad is even gonna see this part. I'm just gonna, I don't know. Yeah. So now I'm gonna color this green, and this looks pretty good. But there's something missing in the torso. We need to have some shadows. To do that, we're gonna convert this into a symbol. It's gonna be called character one torso, and then we're gonna go inside the symbol, add a new layer, like you already know from. I did you guys do this in the previous tutorial. Remember, black alpha 15. I'm gonna make this a bigger brush, sort of like this. There we go, guys. Now I'm just gonna look this other layer, so then I can like erase this to make it look right. Yeah, looking is really important. Always try to look stuff. Okay, so now I'm gonna we can add like some bends, or yeah, like in the body and the shirt, like this. I'm just gonna add one in the bottom. Some folds. Okay, so yeah, this looks pretty good. So now what I'm gonna do is, now we're done with the torso, let's add some arms. Okay, so let's see how this looks. Yeah, so remember that effect, boiling effect that I told you about, we're gonna do this effect real quick for the body also. Remember F6, and then like this. You don't have to do this, I'm just doing it because I don't know, I like it and I'm just experimenting with it. This is pretty good. See, it looks cool. So now we're gonna start by adding the arms. So what I like to do for the arms is I like to create 3 parts: the top part, the middle part, and the bottom part. You're gonna see what I'm talking about in just a second. We're gonna put the up all the way back to 100, and then the arm has to have the same color as the torso, and then we're gonna make an arm. There we go. That's pretty good. Now we're just gonna delete this line, and we're gonna bend this a little to the bottom, and then this has to be a little thicker. Yeah, so this looks pretty good. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna hide all the layers with this, and then unhide this one. So now I'm gonna teach you guys how to make the top, middle, and bottom part of the arm. So for the top, you're just gonna try to select half of the arm, the top half, and you're just gonna select it and convert it into a symbol. It's gonna be called arm top character 1, and then the bottom part is gonna be called arm bottom character 1, and then we're done. And the middle part is gonna be a circle. Always remember, the middle part always has to be a symmetrical circle. So to do that, we're gonna try to create the circle in the middle of the 2 arms, or of the 2 parts of the arm, and then we're gonna select Shift and Alt. Now we're gonna click and drag. There we go. See, that's pretty good. So now we're just gonna move this down, and we're gonna try to make this fit so it doesn't look all choppy. Make it blend with the arm itself. So the same thing, Shift and Alt. And we're just gonna unselect this snap to objects. There we go. See, this looks a lot better. So now we're just gonna convert it into a symbol. Metal character 1, and arrange center back. There we go. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna distribute everything, all the symbols, into their own layers. Later on, you're gonna see why. It's really important. Always do that. Distribute to layers. There we go. Now each symbol has its own layer, and everything's better now. So now we're gonna create a folder, and this folder is gonna be called right arm, and so we can have everything more organized. It's really gonna help us later on. And then you're just gonna put this 3 parts of the arm inside the layer. And finally, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create the hand. So inside the folder, create another layer, and then because it's a cartoon, sort of like a cartoony style, we're gonna make the hand a circle. We're gonna give you, I don't know, it looks cool and it's easy to do. Check this out. See? Alright. So now hide everything except for the hand layer, and there we go. Remember, the same color as the skin. Always, except if it's gonna have gloves or something, but this is not the case, so I'll convert this into simple. Character 1, hand. There we go. See, this is looking pretty good. Okay, guys, so now we just need to create the right arm. So to do that, select the whole folder. We're gonna duplicate it. We're gonna send it all the way to the back, and then just press the right key on your keyboard, and then it's gonna move it to the right. And then now we're gonna press modify, transform from horizontal, and then we're gonna make it a little smaller because of perspective. And this doesn't look quite right, does it? So to fix this, we're gonna need to create like a shoulder and the arm. This probably doesn't make sense right now, but you'll see what I'm talking about. Just duplicate this symbol over here, and then just try to create like a shoulder on top of the actual shoulder, and just select this, sort of like this, and then there we go. I'm just gonna move this out a little. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Okay. We did it. Okay guys, so I'm just gonna move this a little more down. And this still doesn't look quite right, does it? Well, that's because we need to delete this part of the actual body so that it looks right. So we're gonna go inside the body, we're gonna select this portion of the body, and then we're gonna press shift, and we're gonna select the fill of the body, and then we're just gonna end up with selecting this line. We're gonna delete it. See, that looks a lot better. So now we can just fix some minor changes to make this look symmetrical and make it look right. So to do this, there we go. Just gonna modify this real quick. I think this is fine. Let's see here. So the right arm looks fine. I'm just going. There we go. Yeah, this looks pretty good. So now I'm just gonna try to fix really quick stuff here. I'm just gonna smooth this out a little. See, that's better. And sorry about that, guys. Okay, so yeah, so there it is. And maybe we can do this. We can move the head a little more to the right, like this. Or no, you know what? I'm gonna try to see how this looks, okay? Oh, wow, there was a pretty big problem in here. Not big, you can fix it really quick. We did or at least I did 2 keyframes, so you know, I'm just gonna save that boiling effect for last. So let's see how this looks. Yeah, so this looks pretty good. We just need to fix some minor problems, and it's gonna end up looking great. So yeah, I think this looks fine for now. I'm just gonna smooth this out a little more. And yeah, this looks pretty good for now. So now we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna start by creating the legs. Before creating the legs, we're gonna create the base for the legs in here. So we're gonna add a new layer. We're gonna send the layer all the way down, and then we're gonna create sort of like the base for the legs. So we're just gonna create like this thing. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, it's just base. So yeah, so this color looks fine. There we go, the base for the legs. Okay, so now we're just gonna create the legs, and we're probably gonna be done. So let's see here. So we need to on top of the torso, we're gonna add a new layer, and the legs are gonna be sort of similar to the arms because we're gonna use the same technique, the 3-part technique, the top, middle, and bottom part. Okay, so we're gonna create the leg, the right leg first, and remember to delete this part, like on the arm. I'm just gonna drag this a little down. There we go. Now we're just gonna hide everything except for the leg, and we're gonna use the same technique as the arm. Come convert to symbol. Character 1 leg bottom. Now we're just gonna remember the middle part. Don't forget. There it is. Perfect. You guys already know this. I know you're smart. I'm just making this a little bigger. You can also make things bigger with this. So there it is. So now we're gonna press F to create the symbol for convert a symbol. Shoe right. And shoe left. I don't know, symbols are not gonna be that important for now, because we only have one character. If you're gonna have a lot of characters, you need to make your symbols really organized. Okay guys, so there it is. The character is done. We finally did it, guys. We are done with our character. So now on the next tutorial, we're just gonna make him walk and then we're gonna be done. Okay, so I'm just gonna add the bowling effect for like some parts. Like for example, for the neck. Let's see if this works. And for the body. Let's see here. There we go. For the hand also. And finally, no, we don't need it for shoes. Completely black, doesn't matter. And so yeah, guys, this looks pretty darn good. Next tutorial, we're just gonna make him walk, and then we're gonna be done. And believe me, this is gonna look really cool. It's not gonna look crappy or anything like other tutorials. I'm gonna really try to make this look good. So guys, just watch my next tutorial on how to make the character walk. And maybe we're gonna add a background or something. And thank you guys for watching. And see you in the next tutorial where we're gonna learn to make him walk.